What up, world? Cyberspace? It's me, Xero. It's your boy XO. Been around the internet since the 1990s. Been blogging since we called it journaling, but I don't know, I've just been not really into writing lately, so I thought I might give vlogging a try. There's something I've been wanting to get off my chest for a while. A lot of people DMing me, private messaging me, chatting me, calling me in real life, want to know what's up. I figured I should just make a video and tell everybody. So, you might have noticed I haven't been around much this year. You might have noticed that in 2020 I got to look like a skeleton. I was down to 98 pounds from my normal 130, 145. Well, turns out I had a super rare disease called Whipple's disease. I'll give you a minute to Google that. Not Whipple's procedure, Whipple's disease. Well, it turns out that basically you starve to death. There's some bacteria that's everywhere. It's in the dirt, it's in the ground, but most people in the world, their immune system just knows how to kill it. And mine, of course, doesn't, and it gets worse and worse. It took about 10 years, Started out, I had bad arthritis. Everybody who knows me, I quit skateboarding because my ankles hurt all the time. I work with my hands as a programmer, so I thought that a lot of that arthritis was just wear and tear from doing the needful at work. But guess what? It got worse. I started having bad kidney trouble. I started having more stomach pains than I did when I was a vegan and I was a hot sauce addict. I started having ulcers. I started losing weight. I started getting really nauseous all the time. By the end of it, I was having nightmare diarrhea and vomiting all the time, just nonstop. We were lucky that coronavirus hit, and I was working from home, and I was sort of able to hide it from my coworkers. Shout out to those guys for being so awesome too. I didn't want to tell anybody that I was dying. I didn't know what to do. I'd been to every doctor under the sun, and no one knew what was wrong with me. I didn't know what to do. Well, I went to my stomach doctor, and he was like, Xero, it's time. We got to do like a 720 double scope colonoscopy on you and see what's going on inside your body. They do these things where they take biopsies and they put them on these films, and they do cells from them. Some of them tell you have a thing. Some of them tell you don't have a thing. Some of them tell you more than one thing at once. Other ones are for one thing. In the cell that tells you that you do or don't have lymphoma, thank goodness I don't have, they also tell you about Whipple's disease. Whipple's disease is ridiculously rare, and it's not something that they just generally test everybody for. If you watched House, it's never Whipple's disease, but for me it was. That old joke, my mom said it to me. Oh, we knew you were 1 in a million this whole time. Thanks, Mom. Anyhow, so yeah, after we found out that I had Whipple's disease, we looked into the treatment options. Shout out to Dr. McGrath at UPMC Presbyterian. He's the head of their digestive clinic, and he literally saved my life. So shout out to you. And we did some research, and he called some experts in the field and did some more info. I don't know but there's 2 treatments for Whipple's disease. The normal treatment, it's a sulfa drug derivative where they put it in like an IV bag and they just like OD you with it for like 2 days in the hospital. You get like a mega dose of that stuff. And then you take an anti-malarial kind of drug for the rest of your life. I shouldn't dox myself like this, but I'm allergic to sulfa. So guess what? That treatment's out the book right off the bat. I can't do that one. The other one involves a drug that you might have heard of this year with the President of the United States and coronavirus, hydrochloroquine. It's an anti-malarial drug, and then doxycycline, which is a broad-spectrum antibiotic. So the treatment that I'm going through is I am taking the doxycycline 3 times a day and the other one twice a day. The antibiotic I have to take for a full year, and then the hydrochloroquine for the absolute rest of my life. The one is going to kill the Whipple's disease in my body, and the other is going to make it so I don't get it again. Because that's the problem with Whipple's disease. My immune system just doesn't know how to kill it, and it's everywhere. So I'm gonna get it again. There's a 100% chance that once you had it once, you'll get it again, because it's just everywhere in this world. So, when I first heard about that, I'm not a big medicine guy. I don't want to be that dude who's like, oh, I don't believe in doctors or whatever, because that's not true. But I'm not a big into taking medicine dude. And they told me that I had to take all those pills every day, and I was a little bit bummed. But think about it, dude. Nightmare vomiting and diarrhea constantly versus taking 3 pills a day. Like, that's a no-brainer how easy it is that you want to take the medicine, right? So, of course, I started doing that, right? And within a week, it was like an unbelievable change. It's been a few months now, and I legit feel 10 years younger than I did before. Emotions, I'm feeling things I haven't felt in forever. I literally just don't think my body had the ability to make the stuff that it needed to make me really angry or really sad or really happy. I just wasn't feeling the feels anymore. So I'm back, baby. It's pretty amazing to feel the way I feel again too. So some things I want to talk about. You know, when you're in that spot and you are dying, it's hard to realize. I know that sounds weird, like you say you're having nightmare diarrhea and throwing up all the time. At least for me, I was very good at, convincing myself that that was normal, that was okay, that I was just sick for one reason or another, or I'd get over it, or it wasn't so bad, or whatever. The lies you tell yourself to try and convince yourself because you can make it through are amazing, because it's a tool that your body gains throughout the era when you're too hurt, when you're too sad, when you don't think that you can make it through something. Convincing yourself that you can. Chaos magic, directly applied, works wonders. And I was able to convince myself that I was okay and keep working and keep doing stuff, but it wasn't the truth. The hardest part was not dealing with having Whipple's disease. Believe it or not, dying was the easy part. The hard part was dealing with its effects on the people around me that I loved. Seeing what happened to my mom, my wife, and my son. Man, your 4-year-old son, you don't think they realize what they realize. You don't think they understand what they understand. You think they're just talking or mimicking the words that you're saying or whatever. But when you hear your 4-year-old like lamenting about your father dying, it's sad stuff, man. Heavy. Anyhow, I'm alive. I'm fine. I'm back. I feel great. My son is so happy. Maybe I traumatized him inadvertently from almost dying. I can't help that. I didn't choose to get Whipple's disease. Not my fault. My wife keeps telling me. I know, but I'm sorry to everyone that I put them through that. I didn't want to, but I didn't have a choice. It's just what happens in this world. Thank you for everyone who cared, who supported me, who worried about me, who wondered what was going on, where I'd been. The people that, covered for me, my coworkers, my friends, the people that, picked up the slack when I couldn't do what I needed to do. I did my best, when you're the director of information security at a company that's a DSS level 1, like you got a lot of work to do, things are going on all the time, and yeah, you can't stop, and life doesn't stop even when you're dying. But the thing I want you to take away from this is that I'm alive, I'm back, I'm going to try and be there more in the world, both virtually and physically. I want to be there for my son, I want to be there for my wife, I want to be there for my friends. I want to go back to being a creator again. I want to... Lately I've been doing paintings. I've been less on the text art, less on the computer art. I've been doing physical paintings a lot lately. I think it has to do with having a 4-year-old son who wants to do crafty art, which is fine. I don't care. I always love painting. So he's been learning how to read, so we've been doing lots of writing stuff, a little bit of graffiti in the notebooks here and there. Got some black book right here that I was messing with. But yeah, if you can't tell, I've been playing with a little cardistry, fidgeting around, feng shui in my basement lab down here. Just trying to get by like everybody else during these weird times. So yeah, you might see more of these vlogs from me. We'll see how it works out. But I just wanted to put this out there and tell everybody that Whipple's disease is a thing. I have it, or had it, and that we're good now. And if you're looking at this on some sort of social media garbage, hit the like and subscribe button and do all that stuff and jump through those hoops or whatever. So yeah, all right, thanks. Later.